Good morning. Today's class we are going to talk something about myasthenia gravis. What is myasthenia gravis? The definition of myasthenia gravis is a disease of unknown etiology characterized by fluctuating weakness of skeletal muscles, particularly ocular and other muscles innervated by cranial nerves, with improvement by cholinergic drugs without any evidence of neural lesion associated with the acetylcholine receptor antibody circulating in the blood. Definition. The etiology are the exact cause of this disease is unknown. Nowadays, it is thought to be due to the presence of circulating antibody, that is IgG, to acetylcholine receptors. Anti-AChR are present at the postsynaptic membrane of the neuromuscular junction, resulting in receptor loss. In about 50% of cases, a thymic tumor is present, but thymic hyperplasia is found in 70% of the cases. Sometimes this condition may be associated with thyrotoxicosis, Hashimoto's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, carcinoma, pernicious anemia, SLA. Myasthenia syndromes are seen sometimes after therapy with D-penicillamine, lithium, propranolol, aminoglycoside antibodies like neomycin, kanamycin, streptomycin, etc. These are secondary myasthenia gravis. The clinical features, this is common in second and third decades but may occur even in newborns. When it occurs old age, usually thymoma is associated. Sex. Both sexes are affected, but second and third decades, female are more often affected with the disease. The characteristic symptom is abdominal fatigability of skeletal muscles, which become rapidly tired. The tiredness is prominent at the end of the day. Muscles most often affected are extraocular, bulbar, neck, and shoulder girdle muscles. Rarely the respiratory muscles and pelvic girdle muscles are affected. The earliest symptom is ptosis, that is the drooping of the eyelid, and diplopia, which may be intermittent and asymmetric. There may be tiredness during chewing, swallowing, speaking, and in movement of limbs. The pupils are never involved. Facial and pharyngeal muscles are affected in 75% of the cases. The tongue is very weak and sometimes furrowed on either side and is called trident tongue. Pharyngeal and laryngeal and palatal palsies may also develop. Due to weakness of masseter muscle, mouth may not be closed and the jaw gradually hangs on. This is called hanging jaw sign. All these symptoms may wax and wane from time to time. Relapses are seen during emotional upsets, severe muscular exercise, pregnancy, premenstrual period, or during generalized infection. Paralysis of muscles of respiration may lead to asphyxia and death. In long-standing cases, there may be atrophy of the involved muscles, sensory, reflex, and sphincter changes are always absent. Besides, diagnosis made by asking the patient look towards continuously when gradually the upper eyelids will droop down, or by asking the patient to count the digits, that is 1 to 100, gradually when the voice will become husky. Normal individual can count clearly and distinctly up to 62 digits, but here patient will not be able to do it. Androphonium test. Androphonium hydrochloride 10 mg IV, there is 2 mg initially. If there is no reaction, then remaining 8 mg IV 30 seconds later will give quick relief to motor weakness. Alternately, injection neostigmine 1.5 mg can be given intramuscularly, which will give similar improvement and will long lasting. This test should be done in the hospital because it may result in bronchoconstriction and syncope. So injection atropine must be available at hand. Investigations. 1. Acetylcholine receptor antibodies may be present in 90% cases. Anti-skeletal muscle antibody indicates thymoma. Second, stimulation of the motor nerve will result in a characteristic dimension of evoked action potential. Gradually decrease in muscle response to repetitive 2 to 3 stimulation of motor nerves indicates a neuromuscular transmission disturbance. This can be seen even in strong muscles. Needle EMG of the affected muscle will show variation in configuration and size of the individual motor unit potential. Single fiber EMG reveals in an increased jilter and variability from the same motor point. Chest X-ray PA view may show mediastinal mass, which may be due to thymoma in 50% cases, to be confirmed by tomography and CT scan. Absence of thymoma does not rule out diagnosis. 4. Muscle biopsy may show lymphorages. 5. The Tensilin test, rapid skeletal motor weakness is improved after IV androphonium, but it sometimes required. 6. Antibodies against the muscle-specific receptor tyrosine kinase is present in AChR negative cases. Coming to the treatment. General, avoid fatigue, exercise, infection, aminonucleic acid drugs, etc. Drug. Prostigimine 15 to 45 mg orally 4 times daily can be given. In several cases, prostigimine 2.5 mg IM may be required. To minimize the side effects of this drug, atropine 0.6 mg may be injected 15 to 20 minutes before, or propanthelene bromide 15 mg twice may also be given. Then long-acting drugs like pyridostigmine 30 to 180 mg may be given. 60 mg of the drugs is equivalent to 15 mg of prostigimine. Very large dose of prostigimine may lead to cholinergic crisis characterized by sweating, pallor, fasciculation, small pupil, and salivation. Should these occur, atropine injection must be given at once. If there is evidence of respiratory distress, artificial respiration may be started. Thymectomy may give rise to permanent cure in many cases, particularly in young females where the duration of the disease is not more than 6 years. 10% of thymoma cases and 80% thymoma cases will show improvement after operation. In patients with thymoma, X-ray irradiation may be given before operation. Steroids may be given when there is inadequate response with anticholinesterase. An initial dose of prednisolone, that is 60 to 100 mg, and gradually tapering the dose to maintenance level can be done. Azathioprine 2 to mg daily and plasmapheresis may also be done. Yeah, that's enough. Thank you.